Welcome to this podcast segment of A Beautiful Day to Learn. My name is Abigail at samahan niyo ko with various discussions on education, journalism, communication, language, and literature. For this segment, you're going to listen on the road of journalism, not yet on the technical aspect, but more on the weight of the responsibilities. Sinasabi nga na sa pagiging journalist, maraming responsibilities ang nakaakibat sa ating mga balikat. We have a responsibility to the people, the public, and our nation. At the same time, we are responsible for truth, facts, and reality kahit pa masakit, traumatic, or life-threatening yon. According to Ferdinand Bulusan 2016, there are 5 tenets of journalism. But first, ano munang ibig sabihin natin ng tenets? When we say tenets, we refer to principles, beliefs, or doctrines which are common to a group of people. In this discussion, we mean common sa mga journalists, whether national, international, student journalists man ito or those from the alternative media, community, or even mainstream. So when we say mainstream, ito yung mga big tabloids or big newspapers, big networks of our country. The first tenet, as mentioned by Bulusan, is that responsibility matters. Journalists should be aware of their obligations to their readers to write the truth whatever it costs. In other words, responsibility is equal to the word accountability. Journalists must be brave enough to defend the facts and the truth behind the news. Therefore, ang main responsibility is to be the transmitter of veracity in any issue, and that they are liable not only to their media company, but to the public. Kaya nga diba meron tayong tagline na sinasabing in the service of the Filipino people. So ang serbisyo ng journalists ay hindi lamang para sa sarili niyang kumpanya or dyaryo, kundi maski sa madlang people. The second tenet is the freedom of the press. Ito ang isa sa mga lagi nating pinaglalaban. Freedom of the press should be safeguarded by the people of media. In this case, any topic under the sweltering heat of the sun may be written, broadcasted, or podcasted. The right to publish and disseminate information, thoughts, and opinions without restraint or censorship as guaranteed by our Constitution. And press freedom is being demanded not only in our country but even in other countries as well. At iyon ay nagagarantiyahan ng mga constitution. Third tenet is media independence. From the word itself independence. Ibig sabihin, no barriers. Walang hahadlang, walang pipigil, walang magkokontrol. So when we say media independence, this is the absence of external influence on an institution or media company. Dapat independent si media from political influences. Dapat independent din siya from the dictation of other people from the business sector. Hindi rin siya dapat kikiling sa iba't ibang private organizations. The next tenet is objectivity. Kumbaga, whether you like the story or not, you should present the facts. There are some stories na medyo Maaapektuhan ang isang journalist because one, it might be very emotional because there are accidents, incidents, there's a tragedy, or their personal lives might be affected by the story that he or she is presenting. Pero kahit ganoon, kahit involve ang sariling emosyon, the journalist should still present the facts. Because objectivity, truth, accuracy aims to help the audience make up their own mind about a story, providing the facts alone and then letting the audience interpret those on their own. The last tenet would be fairness. Fairness in journalism means exploring all sides of an issue and reporting the findings accurately. Ika nga, we have two sides of the coin. As what I usually tell, hindi lang siya basta two sides of the coin kasi merong ridges in between the coin or dun sa edge ng coin, and at the same time, you have to know where the coin came from, where it was tossed to, and sino ang nagbato ng coin or if somebody manipulated that coin. Members of the public should never be used to exaggerate the importance of a story. As a journalist, you have the responsibility to examine your own motives and ensure that your personal feelings and emotions do not influence what you report, what you write, what you broadcast, to whom you talk to, or even determine which elements of the story you will highlight. So dapat talaga patas in all aspects. So let us review. The 5 tenets of journalism are responsibility, press freedom, media independence, objectivity, and fairness. That would be all for this segment. Please take a look at your learning task, and I am hoping that you can provide your answers. Thank you very much. Once again, I am Abigail of A Beautiful Day to Learn.